Hi, my name is Margaret Ingalls. Today's date is May 21st, and on the back side of this sheet are my structures to identify. So this is my sheep heart dissection. So today we're going to start off with talking about the left ventricle. So if we open up the heart, we see the piece of something just fell, but the left ventricle here. So we have the atrium above the ventricle, the atrium above the ventricle and the ventricle below. And on this side, we have the mitral valve, and these little tendony aspects of the valve are the chordae tendineae. And those help support that valve. I thought this was super interesting opening up this. When I first opened this up, I've done, I think, a heart dissection in high school, but it was really cool to kind of see all of this right away when I opened it. And you can see the thick walls of this left-sided ventricle. So we know that the left side of myocardium wall, so this is the myocardium, the cardiac muscle. So we know that this muscle can become can succumb to hypertrophy, so it gets larger than it should, and that can be dangerous in some aspects. But we also know that athletes commonly have a thicker muscle wall on this side because the blood is pumping out to the body from the left ventricle here. And then if we come to the right side, then we have here the right ventricle down in here, and we have the right atrium up in here, and on this side we have the tricuspid valve, and you can also see that chordae tendineae on that side supporting those valves. So then we also have the aortic valve. So looking up at the top here, we have this aortic arch here, and there's three vessels that come off of here. So we have the brachiocephalic artery, we have the subclavian artery on the left, and then we have the left common carotid artery in that middle section. So you have three structures coming off of there, and that takes blood to the body. And then in the middle in between the left and right ventricles, we have the intraventricular septum, so that separates those two sides. And then you'll see on the back the coronary sinus runs through, and then the coronary arteries run on each side of the heart. And then, so if we talk about layers of the heart, so I mentioned the muscle layer is the myocardium. Then we have the endocardium, which is that inner layer, and the pericardium is the top layer, that shiny layer that kind of protects the heart. So, and pericardium is that outer surface. The myocardium is the muscle tissue itself, and then the endocardium actually it makes up the tissues of all of the vessels of this heart. I forgot to mention the pulmonic valve. So the right, if we go back to the right ventricle, so the blood comes in to the right atrium, down to the right ventricle, and then up the pulmonic valve to the lungs to oxygenate the blood, and then it comes back to the heart, oxygenized, and then out that aortic valve to go to the rest of the body. I believe I hit all of my structures, so that is my heart dissection. Thanks so much.